Hey guys, Museman here back with another Identity V video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys some of my Feaster gameplay so you can all take a look at that. So let's get into it.
Alright, so the first match we're going to be taking a look at is on Red Church. Red Church is one of Feaster's stronger maps. There's a lot of good areas where you can sort of pin survivors between yourself and your tentacles. Even though there is a lot of walls that are tough to see over, that also makes the survivor's job difficult. So in this particular match, I decide to run Peeper. So the two traits I recommend using with Feaster would either be Peeper or Patroller. This match I just happened to pick Peeper. I tend to do that more with faster decoding teams. So you can see we got First Officer slow decoding, but Perfumer, Doctor, Enchantress, they all decode really fast. So yeah, I'm gonna choose Peeper for this match, and basically all that means is whenever I run by a Cypher, whenever I get tight-kited, which shouldn't really be happening as a Feaster, I'm gonna go ahead and place down a Peeper. So I got the Doc down really fast. The Doctor is still a good first player to chase. With most hunters, survivors aren't usually given the chance to heal a quarter damage because, especially with characters like Violinist, Feaster, Bloody Queen even, you're not really going to have much of a chance to, heal that damage because it's just constant there. So the First Officer I end up getting a double hit on. He just basically let me get the double hit. But I'm still on the Doc's tail, and I get the double hit on both the rescuer and the person being rescued. So I'm going to go ahead and take this Doc right back to the chair. And I see where the Perfumer is at, so that's good. That's probably where the rescuer is going to come from, is that Perfumer there. Perfumer is still a bit of a pain as a Feaster. Against using Patroller things, I've been able to manage Perfumer pretty well. And I pretty much stuffed this save right here, but I am still going to camp the chair for the last little bit. And now the First Officer is also down. So watch what I do here. He uses his pocket watch, and I just do a sweeping attack, because I knew I would have been within reaching distance of that First Officer there. I'm going to go ahead and plop down my Peeper there. I think throughout this match, I had yellow ping, so it's not going to be, my movements aren't going to be super smooth. And now I've got the Perfumer on the chair. Again, plop down a Peeper. Just like I plopped one down on the First Officer there. And I'm going to go ahead and make my way over here. And I see the Enchantress is right there. And I'm going to get a first attack on her there. And I'm going to follow her, make sure she can't get any sort of a rescue or anything in. Even though she's got stuns, the First Officer I don't think can get up. Obviously the Perfumer is not going to be able to do anything. So I'm just going to chase this Enchantress here. There are 2 Cyphers remaining, but at this rate I can spend as much time as I need chasing. And I should have just followed up with a regular attack there, but whatever. I still got the down nice and easy. And now I'm going to take the Enchantress to the chair. And the First Officer is spamming thank yous. What a toxic First Officer. Okay, well, that's the end of match 1. It was a really short match, but now we're going to take a look at a match on a different map, Lakeside. Lakeside is a much larger map, so generally speaking, I don't like to use Feaster. The 2 hunters I would say I actually like playing on this map would probably be Wu Chang and Bloody Queen, because they both have the high mobility required to play Hunter in this map. My tinnitus is going off, so I see... Okay, I'm going to chase the priestess here. I was going to see if I could get an easy first tentacle, block her off from going upstairs, but I end up getting a first hit on the priestess there. Again, I'm playing Peeper, faster decoding team, enchantress, entomologist, priestess. Still relatively fast decoding team. And even though this priestess is only able to stall so much time because one, it's big boat, and big boat stalls a lot of time on itself. Oh, I remember this. So there's the portal here. The priestess ends up going back down. I want to break the portal, but then the survivor comes back down, and I end up accidentally downing the priestess, so that happened. So now I'm going to take the priestess down into basement. Going to put her on the chair towards the back. Obviously, the Merc's going to come for the rescue, because he's the only rescuer on this team, and it's basement. And you really need a Merc in order to be able to pull that one off, especially against a Feaster. Unless if you're like this Merc, who actually was able to sneak in even with my Peepers. So I was trying to see where the Merc might be trying to enter from, but I'm going to make my way back, make sure that nobody's trying to pull a rescue before halfway. And I see that's not happening, but my tinnitus is coming off, so I'm going to go ahead and stick around here. I end up seeing the footprints there, and that is a rescue. So I have my tentacle here, and I actually end up hitting the priestess for a second time. There are 4 ciphers remaining, so I'm still in really good shape. And I've got 1 survivor down, so that actually puts me in really, really good shape. I'm going to take this priestess, put her on the chair, and she is eliminated. So that is my first elimination of the game. It's the priestess. The priestess can be a pain, both in assisting other players' kites and as a kiter herself. So she's able to waste a lot of time with her long portal if she's not the first one rescue, because then you can like body block the long portal and pull a bunch of other things like that. Let's see. I'm just looking for another survivor that would be worth chasing, and I'm going to make my way over here. Okay, I end up finding the Merc, but being that it's such a large map, it could take me so long to find another survivor to chase that I'm like, you know what, I have to stick with this chase. So, I wait until the Merc is done trying to juke my tentacle, and then I'm able to pull off the hit on the mercenary. That was a good move by the mercenary, good elbow pad there. And I end up using my tentacle to get another hit on the mercenary here. So he's just gonna juke me around this pallet for the rest of his passive ability. And I'm able to put the mercenary on the chair. So now that forces them to either decide, hey, we're gonna try to shoot for a tie and not rescue, or we're actually gonna try to rescue here, but if you're not a rescue character, rescuing against a feaster is extremely, extremely difficult. I'm going to preemptively place my tentacle there, and I see the entomologist is right here. I use my Nightmare Gaze, and I was about to say Midnight Gaze, that's not right. I get first hit on the entomologist. She ends up juking one more, but I end up using another tentacle, getting the double hit. And now the enchantress is here. And this is annoying. The entomologist is able to push me away there. I get first hit on the enchantress here. And she's doing a really good job juking all my tentacles here. But my thing is, I don't want anybody to be able to pull off a rescue here, so I'm going to try to get around to this enchantress. and the mercenary was almost eliminated, but they're able to get healed just in time. And right now, I've got to make a decision on whether I want to chase the mercenary, and I decide I do because he's dead on chair. And I end up using my tentacle there, and it somehow actually hits the mercenary there. So this is going to be another easy elimination for me, even though it was the mercenary. The thing with playing as Feaster as that it's not necessarily so much about the chase, because if you get rid of all their rescue potential, you saw they struggled a lot. It took one character getting completely down, another character getting injured in order to save the mercenary off of that chair. There is one cipher remaining, so I'm going to be chasing this entomologist for a little while. This isn't going to be, as you can see, a very long chase. Oh wait, that was actually a really good vault, because now she's able to get to shore, but shore is only a good area for if you want a tight kite. Otherwise, generally speaking, try to not get caught in shore. Like if it's a geisha, if it's a Wu Chang, then shore might be pretty decent for you. However, generally speaking, against most hunters, shore is not good. So I see the footprints here, and Enchantress is injured, so I know, okay, chances are I'm going to be able to get the rescue before shore. I'm just going to make her path as long as possible there. She uses her short stun there, but my attack range is super, super long, so I'm able to get a 4-man on Lakeside. So now we're going to go back to what we started with, and now we're going to look at a match on Red Church. Again, like I said before, strong map for Feaster. I find the Perfumer, I don't really like going up against the Perfumer first, but this will give you an opportunity to see how I work against this Perfumer here. And that Perfumer should not have vaulted that. That was a terror shock for me. And this is already an extremely, extremely good start to my game. So I didn't think the Perfumer was going to try to vault there, but I ended up guessing right. And the Coordinator is going to be the one coming for the rescue. My Tinnitus is going off, so I gotta be aware of that. I'm gonna place, I've got my Peeper there, I'm just placing my tentacles here, and the Coordinator, as predicted, is here. And right here, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to move around these tentacles to see if I can bait that flare gun out. And actually, that ended up, if that tentacle did not remove there, I would have been able to body block that with my tentacle. So the Perfumer got rescued. That was actually a pretty decent rescue by the Coordinator. The Perfumer did get double hit, and I'm able to get a hit on the Coordinator. But now I'm just gotta focus on where the Perfumer is at, and that's right here. I'm going to take the Perfumer to the chair, and at this point, Coordinator doesn't have a flare gun, is injured, and the other two would have a tough time rescuing. I would say in this scenario, the Mechanic is probably the one you want going for. Oh wait, that's right, I remember now. She actually saved after half because I was threatening body blocking her flare gun there. And that actually stalled enough time to make it after half. I am in an extremely strong spot here. But say the Perfumer was rescued before half. On the Survivor side, I would have recommended that the Mechanic go for the rescue there. Just because there were so many survivors injured. That makes her decoding really slow. So now I'm just chasing the mech here. Obviously, that's the Survivor that I'm going to want to chase. And I end up getting an early first hit on the Mechanic. The Mechanic is going to be able to use this God Pallet here. I have to break it. I can't try to juke around it. And now She's making her way into Graveyard. Graveyard is effective against most hunters, but it's not super great against a feaster because Graveyard is another tight kiting area. Early hit on the Enchantress. I almost downed that mechanic there. That was a narrow juke there. Again, I'm trying to take advantage of my range. And I was able to hit the mechanic there as she was dropping the pallet. So that took a little bit longer than what I wanted to, but being that there's only 3 ciphers remaining, I'm still in really, really good shape. So my tinnitus is going off, so I'm gonna make my way around, try to find where that rescue might be coming from. I was assuming someone was at the cipher here, and I was right. I downed the coordinator here. Oh, I remember this part was funny. So this Enchantress actually tries breaking that down. I hit the wall, get the attack without the hit recovery. And I follow up with a tentacle. So that was 2 hits in a row where I didn't have attack recovery in a very, very small span of time. So all I have to do now is focus on the coordinator. And yeah, that's GG's. So that is another 4-man for me on Red Church. And there's going to be a last resort rescue with the doll. That's going to be easy for me to put out. But yeah, that's the game.
Well, I hope you all found that video to be helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.